I've taken this scrub and transformed him into a 99 overall freshman quarterback with perfect 99 stats across the board. And today, I'll be playing through his entire collegiate career. He begins our journey as Georgia Southern's #1, and I am curious if he'll be able to lead them to a national championship, or will he immediately hit the portal after his freshman season? Like so many answers we have to get from this guy today. Will he break every NCAA quarterback record of all time? I mean, ratings-wise, he's technically already the greatest college quarterback of all time, and he's a true freaking freshman. Surely he'll win a Heisman. Heck, maybe 4. I don't care if he's only a freshman, we're immediately setting this guy as our captain. He's already the greatest Georgia Southern Eagle of all time, and he hasn't even played a snap yet. That's a pretty decent duo at wide receiver to throw to, so he could put up some Heisman numbers year 1. What are the odds he beats Boise State and then goes and upsets #5 Ole Miss? Dude, Georgia Southern's recruiting nothing but 1-stars. Like, if our guy actually wants a chance to win the Natty, he might have to transfer ASAP. Honestly, upsetting Boise State here would be pretty massive. Oh yeah, a 1-star. Dogs, make it stop. Would you look at that, dude? His first ever collegiate game, and he won Sunbelt Player of the Week, 337 yards and 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Yeah, brother, I think we have a legend on our hands. He got a 42-38 upset victory. No big deal. Also put up 112 yards on the ground and a touchdown. I mean, I know he's a 99 overall and all, but that's still crazy numbers for a freshman. Only got sacked 1 time. That 99 awareness coming up clutch. Surely we don't follow that up with a loss at Nevada. 2-0. Definitely a much more respectable offensive performance. Was efficient and again led the team in rushing. Surely the Pandas don't ruin our season. Get it out of my life. He's only been in college for 3 games, but he's already won Conference Offensive Player of the Week twice. Still hasn't thrown an interception yet. And would you look at that? Already winning National Offensive Player of the Week. This career might actually be crazier than I thought. And it will get crazier, especially if he can upset #3 Ole Miss at Ole Miss. Oh wow, complete domination of the Pandas. He had to do some craziness on the ground though to win Offensive Player of the Week with only 250 yards of passing. Yep, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. No big deal. And before Ole Miss inevitably ruins the mood, I do want to see if he's on the Heisman radar yet. Brother, he's 3 games in and he's already in 3rd place for the Heisman. That's wild. Now, if he actually beats Ole Miss here, this video might end up being the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. Well, he did win National Offensive Player of the Week again with 384 yards and 5 touchdowns. Surely those numbers mean we got the upset. We have a loss? How do you put up these numbers and lose? Oh my god, dude, that's brutal. I mean, it was as even as it possibly could freaking be. We play this game at home, we win. I mean, again, our guy's yet to throw a singular interception, and again, led the team in rushing, 2 touchdowns on the ground. I don't think he's fumbled yet either. Like, can he go the entire season without turning the ball over once? Bet these receivers are happy with their quarterback play. And you actually had the #1 and #2 guys in the Heisman race going at it that game. Now, we are going to send this bad boy to the first college football playoff poll, and what are the odds Georgia Southern is ranked in the top 25 at that point? And if you're wondering, our stipulation today, we will hop into the game if he makes the national championship. Like, why are we signing 1-star quarterbacks when we have JJ? 6-2. We lost that game to Georgia State? We put up absolutely nothing. Georgia State must have the best defense of all time, dude. He just put up 5+ touchdowns last week versus Ole Miss. But to my surprise, 3 pretty close victories in games I would have expected a 99 overall to win. You gotta respect the Sun Belt. Looks like he didn't win another Player of the Week, though. Oh, the prophecy will not be fulfilled. He threw an interception. Still crazy numbers, though. And he's probably gonna crack 1,000 yards on the ground, too, as a freaking quarterback. No idea what he's gonna use these skill points on. Now, he doesn't have any mental abilities, and he also doesn't have any gold physical abilities. I wonder if that can change. Hopefully. And that foot's not feeling good, dude. I mean, he's still been putting up solid numbers the past 4 weeks. I mean, how does 409 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks not win you Conference Player of the Week at least? So let's send this bad boy to Conference Championship Week, and hopefully we're in the Sun Belt Championship. Thought we could have got more than 8-4. Lost 2 straight games, one to my South Alabama Jags and their rival Troy. But we did make it to the Conference Championship game. I think the Georgia Southern Eagle faithful can be happy with that. Currently projected for the Cure Bowl. I am so excited though to see this guy's stats. 3,200 yards, 35 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions, completed 75% of his passes. And on the ground, he did eclipse over 1,000 yards with 11 touchdowns. Surely, dude, surely this is Heisman numbers. Roughly 3 times times the amount of total yards that the running back got. What a season LV Bunkley Shelton had. My guy. Now, where did that rank amongst all of college football? Like, that's going to be the huge factor to determine whether or not he did win a Heisman. Like, team really didn't do that great, so they're definitely not going to get on that merit. Oh, no. He's quite a ways down here in the passing yard department. Like, I don't know if this is good enough to win the Heisman. Like, where is he? Way down here, finally. Yeah, he's not in the top 10 for the passing touchdowns department either. But at the same time, dude, which quarterbacks can say they were second in the country in rushing yards? Now, I'm curious, dude, is he still in the race? He's still right on top, dude. He's got to have a big conference championship week to beat out Jalen Milroe, Arizona's receiver, Shadur Sanders, and Brendan Sorsby. Possibly winning the Heisman Trophy as a true freshman is wild. This right here is the biggest game of JJ's freaking life. Officially conference champions. Now, what was that final score? Hopefully it was good enough to put up enough numbers to actually win the Heisman. He did win Offensive Player of the Week, which there only was 2 teams playing, so that doesn't really mean much. Good numbers, though. I'm sure he did good on the ground, too. And hold on a second, brother. We're getting spammed with a bunch of stuff right now. So he does win Player of the Year. Hopefully that means he also won a Heisman. Please do, with the click of this button, please tell me JJ here won the Heisman as a true freaking freshman. Oh my gosh, I don't think he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let's go. Now, at this point, the question is, can he win a Heisman 3 consecutive seasons? Because at this point, he's leaving for the draft and there won't be a 4th. And more accolades for our GOAT. After all of that, we have to play against Northern Illinois. Not gonna lie, kind of a letdown. But surely there'll be bigger bowl games in our future. Oh my gosh, this class is atrocious. A bunch of 40 overalls. Literally the 123rd ranked class in the nation. Now, I do wonder if this bowl game could be his last game in a Georgia Southern uniform, because again, dude, he very easily could enter the transfer portal. Like, he's a 99 overall. And of course, we had to end the season with a dub. Always nice to win a bowl game. I'd like to thank SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. The NFL and college football seasons are literally right around the corner, and I know for a fact I'll be using SeatGeek to get to games this season, because I've used SeatGeek for literally every single sporting event I've gone to the past 5 years, and as you see, I have the receipts to prove it. SeatGeek rates tickets on a scale from 1 to 10. Green dots mean good, red dots mean bad, and every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets before the event with swaps. And of course, I got you guys a hookup, because you can use my code RBT10 for 10% off your next order at SeatGeek, whether you're a new customer or not. Again, whether you're looking for sporting events, concerts, or festivals, you can use my promo code RBT10 to get 10% off your next order. So get out your phone now, open up the SeatGeek app, and take advantage of code RBT10 now, because this offer is only available for a limited time. Again, shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. I mean, the 10-win season is pretty freaking solid. We won the conference championship 38-23 and won our bowl game 42-24, so pretty decisive victories there. Like, if we could have just pulled out like 2 of those close losses, like a college football playoff berth might have actually been our reality. A typical JJ performance in the conference championship, couple rushing touchdowns. But in the bowl game, JJ was being wild. He basically threw more interceptions in this game than he did the rest of the season combined. I mean, 3,800 yards, 41 passing touchdowns to 6 picks is pretty wild for a freaking true freshman. Look at all the accolades surrounding him now. Not to forget about his almost 1,300 yards and 14 rushing touchdowns. At least our top 2 receivers should be back next year. And apparently winning every award known to mankind doesn't get you any extra mental or physical abilities. Maybe in the offseason, though. And I've got to see who made the college football playoff. Like, that's just a must look at every year. Syracuse made it as the 12th seed. Liberty went undefeated. Some interesting teams have made it to the quarterfinals. Bro, they got so close. Can't believe they beat Michigan. All right, we're at the point where we're rooting for Arizona. And the Wildcats, to my surprise, actually got it done, even after losing like their entire coaching staff. Now time to see if our lad actually decides to enter the transfer portal. Moment of freaking truth. Well, apparently he wants to stick around for at least another season. Now we have to hope and pray they actually sign some half-decent players this offseason. At least they are recruiting a few 2-stars. Where the frick did Georgia Southern get a 4-star from? Hold on a second. We also got a 4-star running back. That's South Alabama's running back. This conflicts me. So the transfer portal treated Georgia Southern extremely well. Some 4 3-stars, couple more 2-stars, all because they want to get in on the JJ action. And that probably puts us at like at least like a top 60 class, maybe. By top 60, I mean 84. Gotta start somewhere though. Finally, a sophomore. That guard we got, it's a freaking 86 overall. This 3-star tight end we got in the portal's a 78. Unfortunately for our QB, training results don't mean much for him because they can't go up to a 100. But I do want to see if it's possible that he gained any abilities. So he didn't gain any mental abilities, but it does look like some of his abilities did go up to the gold tier, and some of his teammates did get a pretty good boost here in the offseason. Next season's schedule's out, and it's not looking good for us. We gotta play USC. This could avenge last year's heartbreaker to Ole Miss, though. At least we started the season 1-0, although starting the season off with an interception when last year it took him like 7 games to throw one is a little bit concerning. Ooh, even the ground game was kind of gross. And of course, he's in the 2025 Heisman watch. Like, surely he'll be a favorite to go back-to-back. Now, can we avenge last season's Ole Miss loss with an upset win at USC? No. Again, dude, we were so close. I mean, a good game, but definitely a slower start than last year. But I've seen enough. I know JJ has what it takes to turn this into a magic season. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the first college football playoff poll, which surely will be in the top 25, right? We're 3-4? Oh, no. He had to have been hurt. Like, that's the only explanation. JK, but we are missing one of our better wide receivers. And we lost 4 out of our first 6. Like, we're putting up a bunch of points, though, but, like, our defense kind of sucks. Like, how do you give up 57 points to Jacksonville State? At least JJ had a good game. The 3-4 record, like, he's probably not even on the Heisman watch anymore. I mean, pretty solid numbers through 7 games. I mean, he's almost completing 80% of his passes. His numbers on the ground, though, are down pretty heavily. So is he even in the Heisman watch? Yes, he is. He's in 4th place, though. So to actually have a chance to go back-to-back, which very few can say they did, he's going to have one wild finish to the season. 7-5 is kind of stinky. I mean, at least we did win 5 in a row before losing to App State. Unfortunately, not making the conference championship, though. Definitely more interceptions this year, so, like, I wonder if this is going to hurt his Heisman race, especially knowing his numbers on the ground are down. I mean, that's still good numbers for our quarterback, but, like, I don't know if he's actually going to win the Heisman this year. Yeah, dude, it's Jover. It's going to take a bad Kate Klubnik performance for us to win it. That would actually suck to come in second. Can we actually get ourselves a back-to-back Mickey Mouse Heisman? No! I mean, to be fair, I can't really be mad at those numbers. Wanted to win 3 in 3 seasons. I mean, at least I can go personally watch their bowl game because it's about 5 minutes from me. It's just so unfortunate that we came in second. Can JJ at least win his bowl game? 68 Ventures bowl winner, season save. Big dub. A solid performance, over 100 yards on the ground. Tulane upset Notre Dame in the playoffs. Where Tulane stands this go around. They only went out and actually made the championship. Massive win over Kansas State. Upset over Michigan. Now they just have to beat the 15-0 Cornhuskers. This has turned into an expedited Tulane rebuild. Rebuild's over. Now, if JJ doesn't enter the portal here, that means he's probably going to end his career off as a Georgia Southern Eagle because he'll probably go pro after next year. Now, what's the move here, JJ? Again, dude, he stayed an Eagle. We are losing his favorite receiver, though. Hopefully, we can raid the portal again this offseason. At least we actually went after 2 stars this year. There's absolutely no way we got Cam Coleman. I don't believe it. And another 4-star guard. We eat in the portal. Our NIL funds are unlimited, apparently. Wonder if this time we can actually finish with like a top 50 class. Got another 3-star. I still just absolutely cannot believe somehow, some way we signed Cam Coleman. He's gonna be like an 85 rated at this point. He might end next season with over 2,000 yards with a 99 overall thrown to him. As long as this time around we did better than 84, at least we're making progress. Did we crack the top 50? Not quite. We're 56. Better than a couple Power 4 schools. Literally comes in as our 2nd highest rated player on the entire team. The guard's pretty freaking good too. Oh, what do you know? JJ's overall stays the same. And outside of Cam Coleman, I mean, he's got a pretty deep wide receiver core. Got a guy with 99 speed. And even after another 2nd place finish in the Heisman race, did not gain an ability. I believe those physicals stayed the same. And also something interesting I've noted here too, his development trait has stayed at normal since the very beginning. So I think we've confirmed today that no matter how well you perform throughout the season, no matter if you win a Heisman or not, you can't gain any mental abilities. And also, from what we see, you can increase your development trait. Which I feel like that's sucks. But with this about to be what will probably be JJ's final collegiate season, can he just please end things off with a college football playoff berth? Like, no big deal or anything. Now, what's our schedule looking like? Oh, brother, another pretty tough freaking schedule. Somehow gotta beat North Carolina, and then 2 weeks later go and win at Clemson. Not to mention Houston's a Power 4 team, so what are the odds we actually run the gauntlet unscathed? Don't forget, JJ did take a minute step backwards in his sophomore campaign through one more pick and about 300 less passing yards, and at the same time ran for about 400 less yards and 5 less touchdowns. About 7,100 career yards and 82 touchdowns. Not to mention over 2,000 yards and 23 touchdowns on the ground. I wonder if he's actually broken any all-time school records. And he did. In just 2 seasons, he's already broken the all-time Georgia Southern passing yard and passing touchdown records. Don't think he'll be able to break Adrian Peterson's rushing yard total, though. Can we actually get it done, dude? This would be so depressing. Can we please get that upset win we've been trying so hard to get? Good start winning Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Hopefully those numbers were good enough to take down North Carolina. And we did just barely pull out the dub. Still don't understand why we're like not running the ball that effective anymore. If we lose to Jacksonville State, I'm ending the video here. Barely? The frick happened here? We threw 3 interceptions. Dude, at this rate, JJ's gonna have to come back for his senior season or he's gonna go undrafted. Only 48% of his passes were completed too. Like, what the heck happened? And we can't even run the ball. Like, what's going on? I mean, at least we're 2-0, but he's probably not even in a Heisman watch. For the first time, I think in his entire career, dude is not in the top 5. Now, this matchup is our true test. We've been kind of stinky the first 2 weeks, did get an upset, but we barely won last week. If we can take down Clemson, number 12 Clemson, this could be maybe the biggest win in team history, but also the start of what could be an incredible season. Oh my god, we're actually 3-0. No way we just did that. It was another anal clincher. Again, this just doesn't hit like true freshman JJ Bradley. I'm doing it, brother. We're simming this thing to the first college football playoff poll, and can for the first time today, JJ actually be on a ranked freaking team. And that's the number 19 Georgia Southern Eagles. Thank you very much. We did lose a game somehow, though. We beat Houston, but lost to Marshall. If we can end this regular season off with 4 straight wins, like a college football playoff berth has potential. I just don't understand why he's throwing so many freaking interceptions. And the running numbers are still down like big time. I mean, I guess as long as we have like the best season we've ever had, like who cares about the individual accolades? Now time to sim to what will hopefully be once again another Sun Belt Conference championship berth. We did lose another game, but somehow are still 13 in the country. We lost to Appalachian State by a single point on the last game of the season, and that also means we missed out on our conference championship game. Oh no. That 1 point could be the difference in making the freaking playoff or not. And as of right now, it's our freaking conference foe in the playoffs. I think his sneaky stats though mean there's no Heisman this year. He's in second somehow. But again though, I don't think we're going to be able to pass up Oregon's quarterback, so we're about to come in second for a second consecutive year. I mean, I guess it still isn't out the woods yet, whether or not he actually leaves for the draft, so he could be coming back for a senior season. If we don't make the playoff here, I hope he does, because we've gotten so close. Oh, dude, it hurts. Again, like, you can't argue with those numbers. Get ourselves, that's just so unbelievable. Another Cure Bowl. Cure Bowl. I don't care about the Cure Bowl. Oh, yay, we won the Cure Bowl. It was a close win, and he had another decent game. I just don't get why he had, like, multiple 100-yard games on the ground his freshman season, but not his sophomore junior year. That was his career best in passing touchdowns, but also his career worst in interceptions. And again, I really don't understand the backwards trend here in his rushing production. Like his freshman season, he had 27 total broken tackles. This last year had only 6. At this point though, I'm just really hoping he decides to make a crazy financial decision and stay for a senior season. I'm sure we can come up with some NIL money. Hey, at least I can say we beat the national champion champions. I mean, if this is his final collegiate season, like, you can't be mad at finishing 11-2, 14th ranked with Georgia Southern. I think their fans would be ecstatic. But now it's time to see if this is actually the end of his college career. Oh no, dude, here, the moment of freaking truth, and he is leaving for the draft. He's a projected first-round pick, and it literally says there's no chance at me persuading him. Maybe if I could persuade his #1 receiver first. It failed. There's no way he's coming back. JJ Bradley, the most talented quarterback in college history. I'm gonna try it. We failed. JJ's going pro. I mean, he didn't win a national championship or anything, but he did finish as Georgia Southern's all-time passer, along with the Sun Belt all-time record. I mean, 1,100 yards and 124 total touchdowns isn't too shabby in only 3 seasons. Shout out our GOAT. Now, hopefully you enjoyed that one, and if you did, you can click right here to watch me play the career of Arch Manning. If you're still here, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Like the video too. We're trying to hit 10 million subs by the end of the day. If everybody watching this video subscribed, we'd hit 20 million subs by tomorrow. Come on.